Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft Mondays with me, obviously. We are back in our Sky Factory world, and as you might be able to tell from the map, we have a few new platforms that I built. We have our mob farm that I set up. We'll go just give you like a little tour of the new platforms first before we get into it, just to show you what I've done. So this one here, I don't have a railing up on this one yet. But this is built out of, as you can see, stable stone. I'm sure that this is, like, it's from the Sonar Core mod. I have no idea what the fuck it's actually supposed to be used for, but I could make it a bunch of different colors, so I decided to do it here. And this here's our mob farm. It's kind of small, and it doesn't technically work yet, because it's not dark, but if we hit F7, as you can see, oh shit, the doors are actually keeping it rather light in here. Oh well, I'll fix it later. Or maybe it's because I have. So this is made out of reinforced stone, which is really easy to make. It's just two stones side by side, boom, reinforced stone. And then the roof is made out of stone slabs, so I didn't have to put torches above it. Now, the slabs for Sky Factory actually work rather well, because you put 3 stone, 3 wood, whatever, you get a slab. And then if you build it on the bottom half, because it's obviously just a half a block. So if you build it on the bottom half of the block, mobs won't spawn on it. So if you want to do that, instead of placing torches everywhere, it is a viable way to do that. It just would make it look weird when you build stuff, because everything would have a gap like these here do. Also, this here's the pattern chest. It's just like a special chest that all it holds is the patterns. This here is a parts chest that just holds parts. And then this one here is the cast chest, which just holds the casts. As you can see, I made all the casts that we can, I think. I've also labeled my smelteries here. As you can see, I moved them, and I have 2 now. So this one here is gold, copper, lead, and ardite. It doesn't have any ardite in it. I just felt like putting the last one on there. Then if we go over here, this one here has iron, silver, aluminum, and nickel. I don't remember which one's which on here. Iron, silver, aluminum, nickel. There we go. Now they're in order. As you can see, don't have too much silver or aluminum. Didn't realize that aluminum was such a rare drop. I knew silver was. And then let's see here. We go gold, copper, lead. And then I do have some electrum in there because I was using that for another thing. As you can see, our box full of cobblestone is full. That got built up really fucking fast. Here, we'll go over here. Because all of the, as you can see, we now have wolves spawning in here because it's a forest biome. Therefore, all of our sheep are dead. So I'm not exactly sure. Oh, look at that. I can actually pick up the wolves. All right. So I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do about that, because I do want some sheep in here. So I don't know if I'm just going to like move the wolves and hope that sheep spawn without them. But all of these, as you can see, are full up. Except for their chicken manure. They don't shit nearly as often as you would think. So for the smart chicken, I have feathers and chicken manure going, because I don't need regular eggs from it. My chest there is actually full. But they are all 10, 10, 10 chickens. So yeah, like if we go and look, as you can see, this is full of bone meal, red dye, da-da-da-da-da. All that's full. This one here has full eggs and wood. It doesn't have full chicken manure or feathers, but I was using chicken manure on the farm. Oh, this doesn't even have full flint. Oh, it's missing 1 flint. I must have need. Oh, right, because I made a flint and steel. Then if we go over here to the farm, as you can see, the middle is now all fertilized dirt and wheat. Because as it turns out, the worms don't really interact with the fertilized dirt, and I know that because I went far enough away from the water, put fertilized dirt down, put a worm next to it. It did nothing to the dirt. It wouldn't till it for me. It wouldn't keep it wet for me. So I said, fuck it. But out here is all just regular dirt with little wormy critters in it. Also figured out what it was with the corn. Whenever you take, like, as you can see here, growth 82, that's as big as it's going to get. 91, that's as big as it's going to get. And mature, which means you can harvest it. So you can only harvest the top. But when you harvest the top, it starts growing new corn from the base. So I remember in the last part, I think it was, I said that there's a weird glitch that has corn growing on top of each other, but I didn't know what it was. What it is literally when you harvest the top of it, it just grows new corn. So if you plant corn, just when you go to harvest it, just tear it down. Like from the base, just tear it down, because otherwise it's going to be fucked. I'm also growing beetroot, rice, and coffee for, well, no real apparent reason, besides I could. Get that in there. Coffee seeds don't drop as often as most things. There we go. Now it's all full. Now, like I said before, I think most of this is going to be changed out for... Well, I don't know if most of it will be. But some of it will definitely be changed out for cloches. Because that works much better. So over here's the forest. I spent a little... I put a fountain in the middle, and now it spawns squids who then fall out of the water and die. That's why there's all this ink sacs here. As you can see, I grew oak, acacia, spruce, and... oh, fuck, what the hell is this one? Birch trees around here. All this wood is just to mark out. I do plan on putting like a little bit of a pathway here and then putting grass down. But until I put the pathway in, I don't want to put down grass. And I haven't decided what the pathway is going to be. And now I realize that this is kind of, you know, pointless to have like a pathway and whatnot. Just for like where I grow trees. But you know what? All it is growing trees. I want it to look good. That's why the fountain's in the middle. Like the fountain serves me no purpose. I have infinite water right here in the farm. And then over here will be our Botania section. Once again, I never got a fence up on this one. But I made it out of mineral planks, and I put down mineral torches. Stone torches, as it may be. Which you can make easily enough with just like the berries that you get out of the mineral trees. Now, the mineral stuff is for like logic gates and that. It's a bunch of like stuff that I don't fucking understand at all. So I don't know how much we're going to get into that. But even still, I mean, the blocks look cool. There's actually a lot of really cool trees that you can get from soul sand as well. But we're going to go in here. As you can see, I have a bunch of stuff set up, ready to go. So first things first, we're going to take these three things and finish off the coke furnace that we started last part that I was a dum-dum of. Because I only made the one layer. So yeah, a lot of the immersive engineering stuff is like this, where you build the thing, then you click on the middle block, and then it turns it into the thing, right? So now this whole thing is a coke oven. This does extend down a little bit, but as you can see, I think it looks pretty good one block in, because then the middle block sits perfectly on it. But yeah, you throw coal in there, a block of coal. You can't throw charcoal in there, I don't think. But yeah, it'll burn it. It'll produce a block of coal coke and some creosote oil, which we will need for next part because it takes a long time. Like the burn time is 16,000, but I think in here it burns even longer than that. So, and it also produces coal or coke, whatever, which burns for 32,000. As you can see, my fence still on fire from the lava underneath there, but not too worried about it. Because it never seems to burn. Oh, if you look on the map, you can see a red dot. That's because we now have a mob spawned in there. Oh, whoops, wrong box. Yeah, as you can see, they got a bunch of shit there. That's all like the extra stuff. So we're going to take these three now. And we are going to make ourselves a Tinker Tool Forge. Which I've never built in my life. I think this is actually the first time I built any of the Tinker stuff. Tool Forge from blocks of iron. There we go. So now we have that. You can make it out of any, like as you can see, you can make it out of like any metal, even uranium, solarium. Like I don't know I don't think there's any difference between them though. But we'll place that down. And now I think, yeah, all this does then, I really hope, oh, here we go, tough tool rod. Okay, good, so I did make. So we're going to make a cleaver. I already got the parts, as you can see. I used my cast and I just filled it up. But we're building the cleaver, there we go, because it, let's see, which I wanted, that one there and that one there, I think. Because as you can see... Oh, hang on. Control for more. There we go. No, hang on. Oh, there, yeah. So it's shocking because I put in the Electrum Tough Tool Rod, which means apparently as I run around, it'll build up power, and then when I hit something, it'll release it. I have Holy because I have the Silver Sword Blade and Silver Plate in there, which does more damage to undead, and since most of the mobs in this game are zombies and skeletons, I figured that was a good one to double up on. And then Poisonous, which just means when I hit somebody with it, they get poisoned. And because it's a cleaver, it has Beheading 2, which makes it more likely... God, that sword's big. More likely for them to drop their heads. So another thing you can do with these, which I don't actually know how to do, it's... because I don't know what table it is. But like if we look in the book, which I do believe I have in here. God, that cleaver is fucking huge. Go this way. God, there's a lot of... Here we go, this stuff here. The modifiers. I don't know what table this is. But as you can see, if you can add a bunch... It's basically enchanting it, more or less. So like you put redstone in it, and it would increase the attack speed, which is apparently going to be something that I'll want to do with the cleaver. Because apparently it's, yeah, like it has like a super slow... that does not look good. It has like a super slow attack. What the fuck was that noise? Oh, it's charged. As you can see, now it's charged. And also, for some reason, the mob that was in there seemed to have vanished. Oh well. Like I said, I'll have to fix that after. I didn't realize that the doors let through that much light. Alright. But now we have a cleaver that fucking just randomly turns pink, which is awesome. Okay, so now the next thing that we want to do... what is the next thing we want to do? You know what? We'll do this next. Is build our nether portal. Now, the nether in this isn't the best because of how it has to be done. So I'm going to build this over here. Just so that it's like out of the way. Let's see. Do I want it? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do want it all the way back here. So we shall build it right here, I think. Or you know what? Here, there's a 2 spot here. I need my dirt to place it all right. Then 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I'll throw a torch up here just in case. Now, the reason I built it on top here is because I'll probably end up changing this in some way. I'm not 100% sure how yet, but in some way I will change it. Now, pop it open, hop into the nether. Now, there's 2 ways that the nether can spawn in this world. It can spawn a chunk of the nether so that you have netherrack and that in you available, but the way it's supposed to work is this, where it just spawns your nether portal, a little bit of blocks, and that's it. Absolutely nothing. Thankfully, since it's absolutely nothing, apparently ghast still need ground to spawn on. So you don't immediately get fucked by them. Also, they did make it so that there is like a little bit of extra obsidian for you to stand on when you come out. Otherwise, you'd have to be very fast placing blocks so that the portal didn't suck you back out. So the nether has, I think, as the only building in it, a nether fortress. Which is a little weird, but I guess it was necessary. Because like the stronghold doesn't spawn in the void world in the overworld. Even though the nether fortress spawns in the nether. So yeah, one thing that can happen is that it spawns a big chunk of nether, but then past that chunk is the void. I don't know what causes that. The only reason I even know that it happens is because that's what happened to Achievement Hunter. Gotta say, it would be very nice if that had happened. Like, extremely nice. But, unfortunately, it didn't. And it's not too bad because I don't need too much stuff from the nether as far as I'm aware. Mainly thanks to the chickens. But that is also why we did this, was for the chickens. So, now that I have that little bit of a platform built there, stuff will spawn in there. Not a lot of stuff, obviously, because it's a small platform, but that's kind of the point behind it, is that we don't want a lot of stuff spawning in there. Because there are nitro creepers, like there's extra mobs in there, including nitro creepers, which, as far as I know, just explode more. Like, I don't think they do more damage or explode faster. I think that they just explode more often. So here, we'll throw that. Oh, you know what? I don't need the hammer anymore either. But next, we will go and deal with... I'll show some the chicken stuff. So, now, there's a couple different ways to breed chickens, right? So you see how these two are next to each other? If I take out all of this, they will have a chance every time that... however often... to produce an egg. Now, they will either produce, since they're next to each other, a bone white egg, an ink black egg, or if we go into the chickens here, bone white chicken, hit you on it, there we go, chicken breeding. So the bone white chicken can be used to make a light blue, or a lime, or a pink, or a gray. Wait, what is it? Oh, yeah. Or, believe it or not, a light gray. Or a silver chicken if you have an iron chicken, which I don't have. So yeah, as long as they're next to each other, they will have a chance to produce either one of their own eggs or the special egg. As you can see, there's a 13% chance that when you breed a bone white and a blaze rod, you get a gas tier chicken. Now, that's the way that I did it last time. Also, since these are all 10, 10, 10, what I did is I raised a smart chicken up to 10, 10, 10. And then just placed another chicken next to it. And then the first egg that they produced. So, like, I had this guy at 10, 10, 10. I placed a 1, 1, 1 log chicken next to it. The first log chicken egg that was produced was 9, 9, 9. So I just hatched that one. And then the next egg that one produced was 10, 10, 10. But another way to do it is just standard chicken breeding. Oh, come on. Or, you know, they won't. Do you really need wheat for these guys? Can I break this down? I can't. Oh, whoops. Come here. Nope. Okay, so apparently you can't... What? Huh. I could have... Anyway, apparently that's not how you do it. I could have swore that that's how... that you could just breed chickens normally. But I guess not. I mean, you can breed them with the rooster, but that would be pointless. Huh. That's super weird. Like, super, super weird. I could have... Anyway. So what we'll do then is we'll take that chicken and we will place him here. We will then take the white chicken and place it there so that they will produce a gray chicken, and we will take the red chicken and place it on the other side of the white one so that hopefully they will produce a pink one. Now, another way to do this is if you have a baby chicken. So like when the gray chicken comes out, right, you need a gray chicken and a bone white to make a light gray. If you put a baby chicken in a nesting pen, it will drop an egg as soon as it grows up. So since that they are 10, 10, 10, they'll grow up really fast. So as you see, the bone white chicken egg is there. Red chicken egg is there. They'll grow up really fast. So like if I get the baby chicken, and I take out the black one and put it away and put the baby gray chicken in there, as soon as it grows up, it'll drop an egg. And it might be a light gray egg. It might not be, but I mean, it could be. So that's something, right? Oh, I'm getting a little hungry. Eat some of my roasted corn that I have a fuck ton of. There we go. So yeah, we'll come back to the chickens because apparently you can't do like I thought. So this here is the Lexica Botania. It is a book that it's all about the Botania mod. it's the most of the information on it. There's an upgraded version of this that's that you can get later, but this one here, all you do is you take a book, you combine it with a sapling, and you get the Lexica Britannia, which has shift click for index. Here we go. It has the basics and mechanics. Okay, what the fuck? Why can't I go back? There you go. All about mana. And then the one that we need right now is the generating flora. So these here are all the flowers that you can make that produce mana for you. So the Endoflame, you give it, yeah, like you can't put down lava buckets or lava, but anything that can burn. Endoflame will not burn anything that returns a byproduct. Yeah. So like if you throw coal onto it, it'll burn for so long and produce so much mana. If you throw a block of coal on it, it'll do that, da-da-da-da-da. Now, they did think about this for extra mods and for people fudging with it. And it says, can only hold fuel equivalent to 4 times of a block of coal. So as soon as it burns something, it won't, or as soon as it absorbs something, it won't take any more until that thing is burned out. So even if you put down 4 blocks of coal, it will only burn 1 for however long before it takes another one. So a lot of mods, I guess, have different fuel for burn times and that. So they did it where can't do that. So you make it using mystical petals in a petal apothecary. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and this. Yep. Oh, oops. I'm so used to my crafting table being there. So we can't actually build a petal apothecary yet. But what we can do is we can take red dye, yellow dye, and bone meal and make floral fertilizer. Now, what the floral fertilizer does is, we'll go over here, because I don't think, think you need grass for it, is there we go. It makes mystical flowers of all different colors. Now, the mystical flowers, you can take them and make dye out of them like normal. But the other thing that you can do with them, which I think you have to do first anyway, is if we pop them in there, you can pull their petals off, and then you have mystical petals. You need 1 mystical petal to make the petal apothecary. There must be a random chicken roaming around, because there's a pile of shit in the corner there. Well, I guess that's probably the rooster. But generally when you start this, as you can see, the fact that my chickens are producing crap tons of dye is very, very useful. You know what? Speaking of which, let's check on them. Ink black, bone white. So another thing that you might want to do is check when you're breeding chickens like this, is check them every once in a while and just throw out the eggs that you don't need. Because they will produce a lot of eggs that you don't need. They'll produce a lot of stuff that you don't need, actually. For some reason, I don't know why it is, but for some reason I have issues breaking flowers in this mod. I imagine that that's just like they changed standard Minecraft flower hitboxes or something. Now this one here, the mystical brown flower, it looks almost identical to the Endoflame. It's weird. But yeah, it's always a good idea to make quite a bit. Like I made 31 just because that was the easiest with when I was setting up what we were going to do this part. It's like, oh, I mean, I have this amount of dye currently. Obviously I had more than that, but it's like, oh, I have the full chest and then my chickens have produced this much currently, so I'll do that. But yeah, it's always a good idea to do this a bunch right at the beginning, because you need, for almost everything, I think, in the Britannia mod, you need the mystical petals for. And it's always a good idea to have extras. Now, for some reason, one thing I didn't think of is I didn't think of making another storage crate for the Britannia area. So I might have to just quickly slap together something. I think I have some wood on me, yeah. But that's not like, too bad. Because, once again, there's a lot of stuff. Like, obviously there's the flower petals that you need. The mystical petals. There's a bunch of other stuff that you need. There's runes that you make, which we probably won't get to today. But yeah, the Botania mod helped quite a bit. I have to say, Feed the Beast or whoever, what is it, Bacon Donut or something, the guy who put together this mod pack, he put together quite a few different ones, but he seemed to have did a pretty good job because there's a bunch of different ways to advance, right? Like you have the automation for like auto hammers and auto sifting and all of that, right? Check our chickens one more time before we leave. Another bone white one, another ink black one, you have a red one, and you have a white one. Now this happens every once in a while too. Their drops will end up like splitting for some reason, and I don't know what causes that. So that's another thing basically that you have to check on the chickens constantly for. But the chickens will breed with anything that's directly next to it, but not corner ways. So like if I had another chicken there or behind it or in front of it, it would also breed. But we have, as you can see, I have a lot of nesting pens set up for later when they become more and more necessary. I think that that circle, which may or may not have had something to do with how or the reason why I built the circles that size, I do believe that that is going to make exactly enough room for nesting pens the way I have them set up. For them to be... what the heck? For that to be the exact amount of nesting pens that I need. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to take apart all the flowers. Now each flower gives you 2 petals. And as you can see, we got a lot more of some than we did of others. Like we got 12 of the blue flowers, but we only got like 3 of the green ones. It doesn't make too much of a difference, I will say. I never ran out of petals, and even if you do, it's super easy, as you saw, to make the dye. But this is also another good way to get dye with that, because as you can see, we have all the different colors. Like, we have every different color that there is of dye. We can make dye out of all this. Now, to make dye out of them, I do believe you need a mortar and pestle. I believe so, anyway. Okay, so now we need a petal apothecary. You can make a bunch of different ones. There's the standard one, and then there's forest plains, which just requires metamorphic blocks around a regular one. I don't remember what metamorphic blocks are, so I don't know if we'll ever get to that. But yeah, as you can see, for some reason, this mod, like, as you can see, it changes the cobblestone, but it doesn't change what petal it's in. So, you know, we only have 8 of those, but we have 26 black ones, so we'll use that one for it, because I think that's the most we have. But yeah, then we have the petal apothecary. So we'll slap this down. I don't think it really makes too much of a difference. So you know what, we'll just slap it down like here. Now, oh right, because I need water for it as well. So yeah, for the petal apothecary, you put water in it, and then you throw leaves into it. Or not leaves, petals into it. And then you also need seeds for it. So I'll take the seeds, and I'll take the clay water bucket, because that's already got water in it. So it's also a good idea to have an infinite water supply in your Botania area, or just build it next to your farm. Like this is next to the farm. I should probably still put water, like an infinite water source in here, but I'm not worried about it today. So if we look up, now the best flower, hands down, the best flower to produce mana is the Endoflame. You need 2 brown, a light gray, and a red. Okay, so we need 2 brown, light gray, move that out of there, and a red. Now it doesn't matter which way you put them in. What? Where did... There we go. You should see them in there, though. What is happening? Okay, I don't know what happened to the brown flower petals. That's weird. I've never had that happen before. Apparently, you have to throw... Because the other thing that you make in here is a runic altar, and you can right-click on that one to place stuff in it. But there, now we have an endoflame. But we can't really do anything with it yet. Because the first flower, absolute first flower that you need to make is a pure daisy, which just requires 4 white petals. You know. Now, the reason you need to make the pure daisy first, or you should, I mean, obviously I made the endoflame first, but that was my bad. I was dumb. But the reason you need the daisy first is because the pure daisy actually produces, or actually, like, changes stuff around it, which is why I have those 5 pieces of stone in my inventory. Put another one of those down. That, there we go. Now we have a pure daisy. So what the pure daisy does, right, is it changes everything around it. So, like, we're going to take the stone. We need 5 of them to make a mana pool. But you place them down around it, and then they'll start to glow. We'll also need a mana spreader, though. There we go. Mana spreader, which requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 living wood, which I don't have with me. So we'll go and grab that as it's working. Because you need a mana pool and you need a mana spreader. If you don't have a mana spreader, the mana pool is useless. And if you don't have a mana pool, well, everything is useless. So we will go into our chicken pen here. And I need 7. And while we're in here, we will check on our chickens. Let's see, we got... Oh, there we go. We got a gray chicken egg. And we got the pink one. So there you go. We now have some new chickens. So we'll take the red one and put it back in its home. Apparently there was a skeleton. Oh, hang on. Why is there there shouldn't... What happened to this torch that was there? That was... Alright, I don't know exactly what happened there, but whatever. Go wolves. Apparently they fucking took out the skeleton, so that's always good. There you go, put the bone meal chicken back in its hole. And we'll put the ink black chicken back in its hole. Oop. And then we will take the eggs. There's the pink one. I didn't throw the gray egg, did I? Shit, did I really throw the gray egg? No, I didn't take it out, okay. That's good. I was worried there for a second. So there we go, we now have... Now if you shift click on the nest, you will just throw the egg. I will say that. So you've got to be careful when you do it. And make sure not to shift click. And normally that's not much of a problem, but there's a lot of stuff that you have to shift click for in this game. So it is helpful to know that. Oh. Okay, so as you can see, that smooth stone, it has to be smooth stone as well, it can't be cobblestone. But that smooth stone that we placed around the daisy is now living rock. There we go. Living rock and living wood is used a lot in this mod to make different stuff. A lot of different stuff. But yeah, and then you also need just solid log blocks. I don't think it makes a difference if it's oak or acacia or spruce or anything. I think as long as it's just like the log, you're good. You're good to go. But yeah, if you do that, you make a mana pool. Now, the thing that annoys me about the mana pools is how low to the ground they are. Like, they are just basically hollowed out slabs. Which annoys me slightly. But, you know, overall, doesn't make too much of a difference. Now, mana pools just store mana. You need a mana spreader and a flower. So the flower, like the endoflame here. Let's see, we will shove the end. Let's stick it right in the corner. Boom. There. So now the endoflame, when given coal or something, will produce mana. That mana can be connected to a mana, or the flower can be connected to a mana spreader. See, it's producing the living wood. Which will then shoot it into a mana pool. Normally, you can. There is other stuff, like there's rituals and stuff you can do that requires a mana spreader to shoot into other things. So once again, we'll use a black petal because it's the closest one we have. Oh shit! I just realized we don't have the. Hang on. How the fuck do you make that again? I know you need the feathers and whatnot. Sure. Floral obedience stick, right? Oh no, that's not right. Shit, what the hell is it called now? There's the, there's a special Garden of Glass? Oh, there you go. Wand of the Forest, that's what I need. How do you make that again? 3 living wood twigs, and then 2 petals. Okay. So I actually need more living wood then. Shit. But you know what? Fuck it, I'll place this down first. So then that needs a mana spreader, and the mana spreader needs a pool. So I'm actually going to throw the pool a little bit further away so that you can do stuff around it. Now you might think, but that's not pointed at anything. And you would be correct. That's what you need the Wand of the Forest for. The Wand of the Forest is basically how you do anything in this. We will also go and check the nether, because there are 2 more chickens that spawn, like I said. You know what, I'm just going to take a stack of logs in case I need more of them later. Because there is the soul sand chicken and the nether quartz chicken that both spawn in the nether. And, unfortunately, it's the only way to get them. Now, I say unfortunately. Here, I'll just make a bunch of as much living wood as I can. Now, I say unfortunately because we'll go check on it now because it does take it a minute to convert them. A lot of other stuff spawns in the nether. In fact, I don't even... Oh, fuck. I need to drop off all my petals because I want to take as little into the nether as I can because there's a solid chance I'm going to die. Because like I said, it's a very small platform that I built. And until you get that platform built bigger, another thing you can do, I'll throw the seeds in there as well. And that in there, because that's for this. And you know what, I'll throw the logs in there too, because that's also for this. Do that so nothing spawns on my way back. Oh, some corn in me. Do I care if I lose any of this stuff? Not overly. But here, I'll throw... Whoop. God, the fucking wheat, man. It gets over, like, my right click trying to get into this box. Here, I'll throw the clay in it. Now, do I want to... Which would I rather lose? Would I rather lose my cleaver or my obsidian AOT? I feel like I'd rather lose my obsidian AOT. Because I can make that... Oh, wait, fuck. No, because I need the animal neck, though. In fact, you know what? I should probably make another one. In case both of the chickens have spawned. I'll need 2. Fuck, I don't remember how to make it, though. There we go. At least it's easy to make, because odds are I'm about to go in there, I'm about to die. I need to replace all this. But there we go. We got food in case I need it. We got my AOT so that I can protect myself. And we have the animal net in case either of the chickens spawn. Now, another reason why the nether portal is even more dangerous in this mod is because obviously when you go through, it's a very small platform, which makes it even easier for... Oh, look at that. It didn't spawn anything. Great. Maybe my platform needs to be bigger. Oh, well. All that worry, and then nothing happened. But shit can walk through it so much faster. It's always better, in my opinion, to have it so that you can shut the portal off. Now, obviously, you can just knock out a piece of obsidian to shut it off. But another thing you can do is you can build a piston in behind it, a sticky piston, which will push a block into... Okay, I don't need my cleaver. I'll take the torches, the wood, the dirt, because you never know when you need some dirt and torches. Those can go in there for now. Take the sticks. There we go. But yeah, you never know when you might need dirt and that. But yeah, if you put a sticky piston in behind it, you can have it so that it pushes a block into the portal. I don't actually, you know what? I don't even know if you need a block on it or if you can just use the piston. I think you need the block for some reason. But that will automatically shut off the portal. Okay, and then we need... hang on. The Wand of the Forest, I think requires 2 leaves. Alright, requires 2 leaves. So let's see, what do we got? We still got 20, okay, well we got 24 black and we got 24 blue, so I'll take one of each of those. So now the thing about this, right, is to get a twig, it requires 2 living wood, which is a lot, all things considered. Considering normal wood, you break it down, because, you know, that is technically like a log, and you break a log down into planks, and each log produces 4 planks. 2 planks produces like 8 sticks. So it's weird that it takes 2 log, you know, equivalent blocks. Although, are they equivalent? Because the burn time's the same. Anyway, to make 1 twig. So the thing about the Wand of the Forest is you actually, as you can see, change that little nub there is always going to be green. But as you change around the petals, it changes what the wand looks like. That's it, though. It makes no difference. It's purely cosmetic. So now, if we go here and we right-click on it, it will tell us that it has 0 mana in it. If we shift-click, you can connect it. And that's how you connect stuff. So you right-click on it normally, just so that it brings up how much mana is in it. And then if you shift right-click, that will let you bind it. That's your bind mode. And obviously, as you hold it out, it'll show you where the mana is going. So now we need something for the Endo Flame to burn, to produce mana for us. Now there was something... Oh, fuck, what did I need for that? There's something that I wanted, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I wanted grass. That's what I wanted. I wanted grass. And I don't mean like grass seeds or like normal, like green grass, whatever, right? So here we go. We got 2 blocks of coal coke, and we have creosote oil. Now the creosote oil is made, or can be used to treat wood. And I think you treat 8 pieces of wood at the same time. And it's planks, not logs this time. So we'll do that in a second. But as you see, we'll pop that on there. It will take it, burn it up, and it'll start producing mana, which it will shoot into the mana spreader, which will then shoot it into the mana pool. And then eventually we will have mana. Now, let's see, I need this grass, which I can, dead bush and an alchemy catalyst. Dead bush is an alloy smelter. Right, if I dry a sapling. So you know what, we'll make a drying rack, which is 3 slabs. So let's do that. Now, I do have a reason for this. Is it a good reason? Not at all. In fact, it's completely pointless for me to do this. It's not necessary in the slightest, but I want to, so I'm going to. You'll see what it's all about after, because I think we'll be able to get this done. Obviously, we need the alchemy catalyst, but oh shit, actually, you know what, come to think of it, I don't actually remember what that entails. But the drying rack, you place it on something, it puts a little stick there. Go over here, we'll grab a couple of oak saplings. Now you place stuff on the drying rack, and it will change it into something else. This will change the saplings into dead bushes, which we can use to do other stuff. Now, another use for them is if you put rotten flesh on it, it will change it into jerky, which you can then eat without being poisoned. How it takes away all the bad shit out of it, I have absolutely no idea. But like I said before, we need an alchemy catalyst, which we can't make at all. So we'll worry about that after. But that'll be a thing for later, apparently. Now I need a bucket. There we go. And I have some planks. So, the one thing about the coke furnace is I do believe that if the creosote oil is full, that it won't produce any, like it won't burn anymore. So what a thing that I'm gonna get ready to be built next time, you know, is oh fuck, what is it? It's a tower that just stores fluid, and I think it's 3 wide, so it'll probably go here. And we will use that to store all of our creosote oil. Now, oh, look at that, something spawned in the thing. Good. Hopefully this one won't disappear. Shit. But I don't think that we have... I really wish that there was a book, like one of these books, for the engineering stuff. Because there doesn't seem to be. So I always have to look at... Also, I have 7 silver signs. I probably should melt those back down. I don't know why I have 7 of them. I've only needed 2. And yeah, I decided to use silver because, you know, why not? Shit. What the fuck is it called now? Hang on a second. Googling. Alright. So, we might actually be able to do this now. So, one thing that I need is... Hang on. Okay, hang on. Do I need regular... Or do I need treated wood sticks for it? Whoops. Maybe if I spell it right. I need treated wood fences. Okay, it has to be treated sticks in that. Alright. Okay, so I will need... I think just that will do. Ah, crap, I need 2 more treated wood. Fuck. Really? Come on, game. And then we need... And how much? 34 iron sheet metal. Which I don't remember off the top of my head how to build, but thankfully we have our little grid there that will tell us. Fuck. I really wish that there was a different way to do that, because that is a lot of treated wood that I don't know what to do with now. Because I now have 6 treated wood with no use for it. So we will build it right here. So just like anything else in the immersive engineering in that, it's a multi-block structure, so you got to place it down, hit it with the hammer, and then it works. So we need that, and then we need iron sheet metal. Oh, sheet metal, aluminum, iron. There we go. Okay, so it requires 4 iron plates, which we can get easily enough. Now, actually, you know what? Come to think of it. Oh, go back to the iron. So an ingot in with a hammer makes the plate. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do, because I have a cast to make iron sheets, but that would take a long time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a couple. How many do we need? Okay, so it takes 1 ingot to make 1 sheet metal, or to make 1 of those. Oh god, I gotta do math now. Okay, so if it takes 1 ingot to make 1 sheet, and it takes 4 sheets to make 1 sheet metal. 34. Okay. So we'll need a lot. So I'll fill up all these and I'll go grab my engineer's hammer, which I put away. Apparently I did not plan this one out as well as the last one. The last one, everything that I had planned out was like boom, 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 done. And then the video was over, right? This one here, we finished everything that I wanted to do a while ago. Go over here. But yeah, so there we go. We got some iron, which we can turn into ingots, which we can then... Okay, so if I put that in there, now I have ingots, put that in there with next to the hammer, and I have iron plates. Okay, so if I need 34 sheet metal, and it takes 4 of these per... Okay, so then I need 136 iron ingots, minus the 27 that we already got. So I need 109 more ingots, or iron ingots. That's quite a bit. 3 blocks worth of iron in there. So hopefully we have enough iron But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, once the blocks are out, then I'll actually have to throw in the... Oh, shit. Oh, God, I have 1 ingot left. Fuck. Okay, but you know what? No, not the plate cast. I need the sheet. Or is that the thing, maybe, that I need? Oh, yeah, I guess, because it's an iron plate. But yeah, then you can also do it that way. So an iron plate, I do believe, is the equivalent to 1 ingot, yeah. Which is good, because it should be. Because, you know, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. So if this, I don't think, yeah, we don't have nearly enough. But we can get it started. We'll get it started, and then next time, I'll have it built, and we'll just walk up and whack it with the hammer. Okay, so I'll do that to get it spread out. Go, got some iron sheet metal. Oh, fuck me. Did I fuck it up again? And right, because the 4 plates make 4 iron sheet metal. I'm fucking dumb. Anyway, so the way you build this is you have the 4 treated wood in the corners on top of one of these. And then you build a layer with a hole in it of the iron sheet metal. And then, let's see, how many do you need? You need 3 layers like this. So we need 2 more. That, like that. So now we also have a bunch of iron sheet metal, but I think I can throw this just straight back into there and it'll melt it down again. Okay, so we now have 1, 2, 3, and then we just need to cap it off. There. I think this is now correct. So then if we hit it with the hammer there. Now we have a fluid tank. Now this holds, how much? Let's see. It holds 512,000 buckets worth of fluid. Which is good because the creosote oil, or the thing here, only holds 12,000 buckets. Or maybe it's 1,200. Oh, 12,000 mega buckets. So 1,200 buckets. Still a lot. Still a lot. Actually, you know what? It may only be 12 because I think a bucket is 1,000. I don't know. So anyway, one way you can do it is you can do it like that. Now, I don't know exactly... I don't even know. I don't know what I was just about to say. Oh, I guess we can see right here, right? So we have 4,000 in there. We put it in. Yeah, so it holds 1,000. So I don't actually know what that MB is. So we can make it so that this is automatic and I don't have to do it this way to get it all out. And we will. Now, as far as I know, I can just click on it to get it back out. Yeah. You can also make other ways to get it in and out of there. But to do that, we need some redstone and shit, so obviously I won't be doing that. This part, because we need some fluid transfer things. Go. We need a fluid transfer node, which requires redstone, quite a bit of redstone actually. And a bucket, which kind of sucks, because that's just more iron out the tank, or out the thing. But I think there's also that... Ender IO stuff. Oh, why? Why the hell are some of these buckets upside down? Oh, because they're filled with gas. That's cool. Alright. Fuck. What the hell is it? Pipe, maybe? Fluid pipe from immersive engineering. I'm assuming... See, now the fluid pipe doesn't work because... I tried to use it. I couldn't get it to work for me. I don't know what it is. Anyway, if we make transfer pipes, and that'll work because I know it works. And then we can have it so that we can just put like a fuck ton of coal in there and it will produce cold coke for us for our endo flame, which is pretty much what I use it for. And then we can have it pipe the creosote oil into the tank. And then that'll be it. And it will be good to go for us. Which is very useful. Go, throw all that in there. It'll produce more iron for us because I keep forgetting to check that it produces. I thought that was a lot of iron to go into it, but, you know, whatever. I'm going to leave the dead bushes up there because obviously I can't use it yet. So there'd be no point in me taking it down. We should probably actually go and check to see if our chickens have hatched. If they have, I will need my net. The nets work the same as the bottles, where if you, like I have 2 of them, they're stacked up. Also, if you look, since it was 2 10 10 10 chickens, the pink chicken is also a 10 10 10. So we will throw him in. All right. Like I said, it works the same as buckets in that, where if you have multiples on there, as soon as you fill one, it will split up and leave you with the other bucket. So we don't need anything besides pink dye from you. And I need one more piece of shit. And we don't need anything but light gray dye from you. Or regular gray dye, whatever. So, for the next part, I will breed all of the chickens that I can. And I'll expand our nether platform a bit. And if I can find the chickens before then, that'll be fine. I'll just do that. So expect next time to have a fuck ton of chickens. Let's see. We'll throw the dyes away. Well, not away, but we'll throw them in here. There we go. But yeah, so I'll try and grab the nether quartz and the soul sand chicken for next time. I'll guaranteed I'll have all the dyes made and probably quite a few stacks in the drawers. Let's see. It's time to go. Okay. So we'll go and we'll check on our Botania stuff because we're almost out of time for this part anyway. We got a lot done. And we have a lot set up for next time. Or, well, we don't have a lot set up. We have a lot set up so that I can set it up for next time. So if we look in the pool, so as you can see, you can see mana in it. It still says the thing is empty. It doesn't update in real time. You have to click on it again to show how much is in there. So as you see, there's just like that little tiny tick. The mana spreader's empty, and so is the endo flame. So we'll throw another block of coal coke on there. There we go. It burned it up, and it will produce more. So you use the mana pool for different things. You can throw a lot of stuff in there. In fact, I think that if we do this and click on it, mana infusion. Yeah, see, there's 151 different things you can do. But it also has the alchemy catalyst. I don't know what the petite flower... I think the Bellathorn flower just damages mobs around it. But when because you always want at least 2 mana pools. Because you'll want one with the alchemy catalyst and one without it. So the alchemy catalyst, what you do is... Pink generator? Sure. Is you place it underneath the mana pool, and it changes what'll happen when you throw certain stuff into it. If you throw something, so as you see with the alchemy catalyst, you can make rotten flesh into leather. You can make dark oak into regular oak into spruce, and so on and so forth. So the alchemy catalyst, you can also change glowstone into 4 glowstone dust, which is weird, because I'm pretty sure that's what happens if you just break glowstone. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, the alchemy catalyst just changes one thing into another. Now the thing that I want is pasture seeds, which I need grass to get. Come on, get out of the catalyst stuff. Ah, here we are. Okay, so see, look, if I have a dead bush, I can turn into grass, and then grass I can do... I think then if I throw grass into a non... Oh, what the hell is that? A conjuration catalyst? I don't even know what that one is. A snowball makes... It's a multiplier. That's cool. I never made one of those in my other one. Oh god, what is that? A block of mana steel. But yeah, okay, here we are. We're out of the... So this bar down here is telling you how much mana you need to do this. So like to make a mana steel ingot, you need that much. And then to make a block, you need that much. So as you can see, different stuff. Mana diamonds, yeah. Takes different amounts. Mana powder can be made from all the floral powders, apparently. I don't know what mana powders use. There's actually a lot of stuff in here that I never... Like a force relay. Never used that. Biscuit of totality. Not a clue. But here it is. Pasture seeds. Now the reason I want pasture seeds... Boreal seeds. Infestation spores. Okay, those are different. A tiny potato. Okay. Mana glass, mana string, sugar cane. Wait. Okay, wheat into sugar cane. Mana in a bottle. I'll just ball up. Anyway, the reason I want pasture seeds is because if we... Now, all pasture seeds are grass seeds. Like, if I put down regular pasture seeds, all it is make grass. But there are different versions of them that make really cool glass. So, like, if I get a prismarine shard with a pasture seed, I can make infused grass, which is really cool. So I kind of want that, and I want the golden pasture seeds for... So I want, like, the infused pasture seed for the Botania because it makes the ground all nice and cool and glowy. And I want the vivid one, or whatever the fuck I just said. What was it? The golden pasture seeds for the forest over there because it makes the ground all, like, goldeny and, like, you know, leaves falling in fall, which is really cool. But that will all be for next time. Like I said, I'll have a fuck ton of chickens. Hopefully I can breed them enough to get everything we need. The chickens are really going to speed it up. Like I said, he put a lot of mods into this so that you can choose how to advance. I normally choose the chickens because it's just easier that way. Because, like, obviously you can use the sifting and whatnot, like the stuff in the middle here, because you can always sift through it. Like, as you see, I got the iron mesh in here, and I even got enough diamonds to make a diamond mesh. So, like, technically I can get diamonds in that now, but the sifting method is just so unreliable, even when you enchant it, that it's ridiculous. Once you get, like, the auto hammers and the auto sieves going, it's better, but it takes a lot to get to them. So I'm still going to set all that up, but I'm going to rely on my chickens to provide the resources to do it. So, until next time, this has been Minecraft Sky Factory. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you next week.